weighing some of the decisions you have coming up in the next, week, 10 days, whatever it is, how much do you factor in, especially for younger guys, like how much would they benefit from maybe getting a lot of ice time, a lot of responsibility with Hartford versus the experience of practicing every day with NHL guys, even if it means they might be a healthy scratch a lot of nights?
I think there's a benefit to playing, in Hartford if you're not playing here, because it's the start of the season. And so to go down and play games and be game ready if needed and called upon to come back up, I think that's always a good situation. But it doesn't have to be that way either. I've been in situations where, there's been players that move up and down and you're moving players in and out, or you may have tried somebody and it didn't work out. You make a switch and you get that player to go back down and play his game, play more minutes, find more confidence, and then, give somebody else an opportunity. But I don't think there's an exact right answer to this. But, for young players, to be here the entire year and not play probably is not a good thing. And I think getting playing time and experience is probably more beneficial.
I'm sure that's part of the messaging if maybe they get a decision they might not be thrilled about. And also, I'm sure a lot of the times you're looking at it just because you're not here opening night necessarily doesn't mean we're not going to use you at some point.
No, that's why I said things change all the time. I mean, if you were asking about a long-term picture, that's probably not the best thing for a young player. That somebody that's 18, 20, 22 years old and they're starting their career to be here and not play at all for long stretches of time. I don't think that helps development. So, but being here and moving back and forth, I think that's okay.
We wanted to ask you about these two games upcoming against the Devils. Obviously they're playing in Europe, so yeah. I don't know what their roster is going to look like for these two games. How do you make sure that you get what you need out of these two games if you're playing against, not NHL guys?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's obviously going to be different, and we're still in an evaluation process. No matter which players we choose to play, it's still training camp, and it's still a chance to evaluate. And so we'll use it for exactly what it is, what it's been in the first three games, and what it'll remain in the last three games. But it'll be different for sure because of their team has gone overseas.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're trying to evaluate a guy, he's not going up against an NHL guy.
Yeah, then if you think that he's that good, then he should dominate, right? So there's still an evaluation process that goes on. They should be a top player for you. If you're looking at somebody to come in and make your team, most likely they're going to go into the same roles in the same situations, most likely. Maybe even an expanded role. How do they do inside of that expanded role? So we'll just use it for an evaluation period.
Will you, with the back-to-back situation, will you not want to play a whole lot of guys two consecutive games at this stage?
Probably not a whole lot of guys, no.
But some, maybe.
I think you have to.
It might be a couple to play.
With Ryan out potentially a few weeks, what sort of player are you looking to pair Adam Fox with that complements his game well?
I don't think the players that we're looking at are that different with their games. It definitely has opened up a spot and an opportunity for somebody. And that's what the games are for, practices, training camp. You've seen different people move in and out of positions, with what we're trying to do. So, I think everybody's going to get a look, whether it be in exhibition games or practice, to show what they can do. I don't know if there's necessarily a certain specific type of player. We're just looking for the player that stands out and rises up.
And it looks like whoever it is that wins that competition will likely play with Fox as opposed to moving the other.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Maybe, but that could happen. Yeah. But I wouldn't tell you, for sure that's happening.
Yeah, I'm just going off what we see.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, we're just coming out of it too. It just happened, and we're just, a few days away from that happening.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.